Yeah.
You don't know your
22nd.
birthday, man?
I don't be. You know what I'm saying?
Cody, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Is your family in town?
Yeah. Yeah, all of them. Brothers, I think Jalen's here. I'm not sure. My mom, dad, my sister are here.
And is that for a birthday or for the game?
I would like to think for my birthday, so that's what I'm gonna go with. Yeah.
Taylor, I know that you didn't play in LA, but what's the feeling of just like being cleared? I mean, having been out so long and then like pretty quickly having another, you gotta sit down again.
Yeah, I mean, that's what comes with the ups and downs of the season. So, I'm just glad to be cleared and available again.
What have you noticed about Lauri just to start this season? I mean, what are you seeing as a player and how he's been attacking the floor?
I mean, he's really been super aggressive. He's really been our go-to guy in scoring, and he's taken a leap defensively. So we really appreciate him because of that, and we're a lot better because of that.
What have you noticed that's changed since last year? Do you find it you guys as a team are trying to really make him the head of the snake, Keyonte always likes to call him, or why do you think Lauri's able to score?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think part of it is us getting better as a group and getting closer and building that chemistry, which also makes it easier for Lauri. But just the work that he continues to put in is also a tribute to it.
Cody, you've mentioned wanting to be a high-level defender. Where do you feel like your defensive growth has shown up the most recently?
I think just with my energy and effort and ball pressure, I feel like I've been really active on the ball and, especially in the gaps. And I'm just trying to continue to carry that throughout the season, be consistent with that, because I feel like playing hard is a skill. Otherwise, everyone would play super hard. So I feel like it takes a skill to be able to do that every single day. So that's kind of where I feel like I've brought like the biggest jump into my game.
Has it been difficult kind of not having regular minutes?
I think that's just part of staying ready, especially when you have 82 games. You're not going to play 48 minutes every single game. So I think just knowing that and staying prepared with film, like on-court workouts, my preparation, knowing that even if I'm not playing the guys in, they're going to take care of business and, go out there and handle it. So I think just like the biggest part is just the mental part of like staying ready and being locked in. So that way when you go out there, you can have an impact.
Has there been more of an emphasis, like kind of in your mind, like personally and in your mind, on the defensive end, like sometimes when the shots aren't falling, to just like focus up on the other side?
I mean, I think just defense is something you can do day in and day out because there's going to be games. We've already seen it this season where we just can't hit shots. Like, it's just one of those nights where there's a lid on the rim, and I feel like having a good defensive team was going to carry you through those games and through the season. When you get to game 50 and 60 and you're tired, you're not hitting shots. So I think just kind of using that as a staple of like for myself and just the team. So that way, regardless if we're hitting shots or not, we're still compete. We're still going to win.
Cody, being around the championship run that the Thunder went on last year, what did you kind of learn from them? You talked about it with me a little bit before the season started, but playing them tomorrow in a cup game, and what did you see from how that team carries themselves and how you guys want to attack them tomorrow?
I think they just use how young they are and just kind of allow them to play with a lot of energy and how much they care about every possession and attention to detail. And I feel like that's something we could learn that from a lot of teams. Like, you can learn it from the Celtics, learn it from the Thunder. Just how like meticulous they are about like being in the gaps, making sure they're in early. And I feel like that's something that we can bring to this team, just because obviously it's what helped them win a championship. So I say just how much they cared about every single possession.
You have plans with the family?
I actually don't know. I'll call them after this and see what we're doing. But first thing on the agenda is take a nap, and then we'll go from there.
Seeing how your brother managed through the injury during the playoff run, what do you admire from how he was able to perform?
I think just for him, it was kind of it wasn't the time for excuses. In his mind, he's like, if I'm going to go out and play being injured, like I'm going to go out and get 110%. I'm not going to blame him on the injury. I'm not going to bring it up. Number one playoff game, I forgot who they played, but he had like an off shooting night. And he was like, I'm not going to use that as a crutch. he said to me personally, he's like, I'm going out there to play, I'm going out there to win, and we're going to go win this championship. And then that's what he did. So I think just his tenacity and just like resilience, knowing that he's playing with an injury.
And then Taylor, what's it like to see Keyonte's growth this season and what he's been able to do?
I mean, it's great. I'd be lying if I say, I didn't expect it. He's one of the hardest working dudes I've ever seen. And, how intentional he is with his reps, it's beautiful to see him hoop like this, and it makes me smile.
Stuff like that contagious, especially with someone around like your age?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I feel like a lot of guys on the team kind of look at Keyonte as a leader. So, for him to set the example physically and, watching him put in work and being such a hard worker, it definitely rubs off on all of us.
Taylor, when you're watching the game last night and kind of jumping up to a good early start, and when that's happened like in a few of the other games where you had like maybe 3 quarters that look really good, what's the common denominator in those good moments for the Jazz?
I would just say moving the ball. I feel like when we sharing it and we're all connected, that's when we playing our best brand of basketball.
How was it to see your brother last night?
It was great. It's always good when I have time to come down and watch a UVU game.
Was that the first one?
That was my second one this season so far.